We wake up every day under the same light, but we don't really see it anymore. We rush, we scroll, we move on. And somewhere in all that noise, we forget to notice the very first ray of sunlight. Imagine the horizon, not as a border, but as something fragile, a thin line between nothing and existence. And when the sun finally breaks through the morning mist, it's not just light. It feels like a quiet promise, a fresh start we didn't even ask for. Look closer. A single drop of dew resting on a leaf. Inside it, an entire world. A tiny universe perfectly reflecting a star 93 million miles away. But we don't see that. To us, the sun is just a clock, a signal to wake up, start the engine, take another sip of coffee, just routine. But to Earth, the sun is everything, a silent conductor pulling life out of cold, lifeless dirt. When light dances through the trees, you're not just seeing something beautiful, you're witnessing energy in its purest form, ancient, endless, alive. But as the shadows grow long, the energy shifts. The sky transforms into a bruised purple, and the world begins its slow descent into the unknown. This is where the mystery begins. Most of us fear the dark, but the night is where we find our true perspective. When the moon rises, draped in ghostly clouds, the heartbeat of the world changes. The sun is loud, the moon is a whisper. The sun burns, but the moon reflects. And in the vast frozen landscapes of our planet, moonlight turns ice into silver. This is the eternal duality, the fiery energy of the sun versus the icy calm of the moon. As you look at the city skyline, those flickering lights are fallen stars trying to mimic the heavens. We built these cities to hide from the dark, but even our greatest power grids are nothing compared to the silent authority of a winter moon. If you move deeper, past our atmosphere, the silence becomes deafening. Space is not just empty, it is a canvas of intricate patterns. Have you ever noticed how a swirling galaxy looks like a hurricane on Earth? Nature repeats its best designs. When we look into the deep reaches of a nebula, we are looking into our own past. We are made of the same stardust that created those colorful clouds of gas, and there is a haunting comfort in knowing the same physics pulling a waterfall down a mountain is the same force holding the rings of Saturn in place. It is a cosmic machine moving with a precision no human clock can match. We are only small observers in a grand, ancient theater, trying to decode the language of the stars. We have taken that starlight and turned it into electricity. We have built cities that glow so bright they can be seen from Mars. We have become a planetary civilization. From high-tech control rooms to wind turbines spinning across the plains, we are trying to master the elements. But there is a cost. We see the ice melting. We see the balance shifting. We place our hands against frosted glass and realize, for all our technology, we are still fragile. We gather around campfires today, just as our ancestors did thousands of years ago, seeking warmth, seeking connection. And whether we build the Great Pyramids or the Eiffel Tower, we are always doing the same thing, looking at the moon and searching for our place in the story. As we reach the end, we look back at our home, the pale blue dot. From out here, there are no borders, no noise, no chaos, just a fragile blue marble hanging in the infinite void. The pyramids will eventually turn back to sand. The cities will one day go dark, but the moon will still be there, cratered, silent, watching over the next era. We find a compass in our hands and realize it isn't just for finding north, it is for finding our way back to wonder. When the goodbye sign finally appears on the horizon, we shouldn't feel small, we should feel lucky. We got to witness the fire of the sun and the silver of the moon. We were here. And as the light fades and we enter the void, remember, the dark is simply the space where the stars shine the brightest.